At the starting of the film, some college students are seen on a trip from New York to Paris. They were all excited about this trip, but the boy named Alex feels strange, because he's kind of different. Looking in his surroundings, he feels as if everything is wanting to convey something to him. As receptionist says to him, his departure time is his date of birth. His date of birth is 25 September while departure timing is 9:25. A song is also playing at airport, and the singer of that song was dead due to the airplane crash. Alex was getting many clues like this. In spite of it, he boards on the aircraft. Right after a short time of his sitting in the airplane, two girls come there to exchange the seat, and Alex moves to his friend Todd, leaving the seat. Sitting on this seat, he notices the broken lock pin of his front seat. It was seeming after seeing Alex as there was nothing right because he was very confused. He was wanting to get off the aircraft, but of no use because it was taking off. Aircraft had taken off and all were excited. A deformity is generated as airplane takes off, and that airplane becomes out of control. All passengers are afraid, and people are falling outside because of the one side cracking of aircraft. Suddenly, aircraft catches fire because there was an explosion, and all people including Alex had become the target of it. Then Alex immediately awakes. Actually, it was his nightmare, but it was under suspicion. Either it was a nightmare or the forecasting, because two girls were standing in front of him in the reality who had come to exchange their seats in the dream. Now they are talking to exchange the seat. Alex is fully worried on it. Suddenly, he takes the seat near Todd next to him where he had seated in the nightmare. Taking seat, he checks the lock pin of the front seat, which is really broken. It is instantly comes into the hand. Everything was happening according to his nightmare. It means it was not his nightmare but an indication which Alex has predicted. It is also a part of human nature. As it is said, we have already seen this happen to Venta. Confused Alex was not understanding what should be done. He says while shouting, "This airplane is going to be exploded." All passengers are also frightened hearing him, and his classmate Carter begins fighting with him. As a result, both are sent out from the airplane. Their classmates also get off from there. Alex tells everyone that he has seen the exploded airplane, which was definitely real. Hearing him, Carter again begins to fight with him. Both get disputed. Airplane had taken off, but the coming occurrence was incredible, because Alex proves truthful in his prediction. Airplane is crashed after taking off. There is a big blast. Everyone looks at Alex surprisingly. Now they had started to fear from Alex. The brother of Todd, who is Alex's friend, was also in the airplane. The detectives come to them for investigation because they were survivors. But they suspected Alex, because Alex had predicted the explosion of airplane before taking off, and it happened the same. Having no proof, those detectives could not arrest him. Then their parents take them away while coming there. 39 days later after this crash, a Memorial Day is celebrated in the college, because 39 people had become the victim of that crash. All parents with the student also attended that memorial. Todd's father was staring at Alex furiously and angrily, because he was putting on him the blame of his son's death. But Todd knew it is not the fault of Alex, so they were restrained to meet. A survivor teacher is also angry with Alex, avoiding him to talk. A girl named Clear who was a good friend of Alex. She was only friend who thought Alex is savvier for them. They were taking them fortunate thinking they have defeated their death. Was it true or had they defeated their death? But it was actually their misunderstanding. Because death will approach to that person in any form if he is destined. And death will also have a time for them. Alex was reading a newspaper at night. Then an owl sits on his window coming there. He throws a newspaper at it to get it out. The newspaper is caught in a fan, leaving it into the small pieces. One piece flies to Alex which has a name Todd on it. Death was predicting that next target is Todd. Then Todd comes on the scene who is in his lavatory, slipping on the water. A wire is wrapped around his neck. He tries to save his life but of no avail. Last, he is dead. Alex moves to Todd's house hurriedly but in vain. It was too late. Todd's parents were thinking that Todd has committed suicide. But Alex tries to explain. Todd cannot act as such. Next day, Alex goes to Clear because Clear was only one to believe in him. Alex thought that Todd has not committed suicide. So they both leave to the funeral home, where they meet a man who clears that it was not a suicide, because Todd struggled to remove that wire. Means he had tried to rescue himself. He also tells death does not demand any accident or incident, but death arrives to all with its specific form which was defeated by Alex when he had got off of that airplane. But it does not mean that he escaped from death. Todd's condition was revealing that death has conspired for them, and all survivor friends will meet there and one by one. Alex and Clear are discussing it, sitting at a coffee shop. How will they defeat the next plan of death? He had defeated his death at once. He was yearning to defeat it in the next time. All survivors are reunited coincidentally. Suddenly, a bus hits Carter's friend. Consequently, All got upset. They understand as they did not avoid death. Death is still revolving around them. Alex is watching the news on TV at night. He comes to know that at which place the explosion occurred in the airplane. On which pattern was it preceded? He checks his sitting arrangement according to it. Then he knows that the first target of death was Todd. And he gets awareness of everything as what will be the next target of death and so on. Now he understands the sequence of death chain perfectly. He checks that Todd and his brother are no more according to the death design. Now the next target was his teacher. He immediately goes to his teacher's house, who is peeping through her window. Noticing Alex, his teacher thinks as he has come here to end her. She hurriedly calls those police officers. Arriving there, police officers find Alex searching something. So they take Alex in their custody. They ask Alex, what was he doing there? Then Alex reveals everything to them. He tells, now the death's target is his teacher. Police officers disagreed with him, but they had also no proof against him. So they let him go. Contrarily, that teacher plays a music player. It was the same song which had been played at airport on that day. She pours hot tea into the cup, and she throws it in confusion. Afterwards, she adds the ice and drink in the same cup. As a result, that cup is cracked. Then she brings that cup on her computer and the cup's drink is leaked on the computer. Consequently, that computer generates the electric circuit. That teacher checks it, going near it. Then an explosion takes place there, and a piece of glass hits her neck. Now the circumstances were getting worse there. She was trying to pick a cloth placed on the knives. While picking it, a knife is stabbed into her. Everything was perished before Alex arrives there. That teacher was also enough injured and her condition was worst. Despite of it, Alex thinks of saving her life in some way. Suddenly, a chair falls from upside which hits that knife, stabbing it more into that teacher, and she dies. Alex pulls the knife out from that teacher in confusion, but he had realized it that he has entrapped himself in a great trouble, and gas was also turned on. A survivor friend notices him as Alex comes outside. That house is blown up as Alex comes out the house. Police officers start searching Alex according to the narration of that survivor, but Alex was not at his house. Claire was only aware, where is he? She moves to Alex, taking Carter and witness who stated against Alex, because she was wanting to know who is the next target. They pick up Alex at a place. They ask Alex, but he was not ready to reveal anything, because there was no use of telling. And next target is Carter. In spite of stopping Carter, he's got angry, saying death is unavoidable, so why he might die now, according to his will. He begins to drive car speedily. He was driving recklessly. Then he stops his car on the railway line. Alex, Claire and their friend get of the car, but Carter does not. Three friends explain Carter and train was also coming at the front. Then Carter also decides to not die as such. He tries to start the car, but of no use. Here it is confirmed that death has conspired it for him, as Carter will die as such. He attempts to get off the car, but the car door had also been locked. He struggles to untie the seat belt, which was also not untying unluckily. Carter's death time had approached. He was facing death in front of him, but Alex defeats death one more time, and he rescues Carter, taking him out the car. Now Alex defeated death. So who will be the next target? It is revealed here. Defeating death, it moves to its next target, but it was too late to know the next target, because next target was their friend who had accompanied them. That train crashes with the one side of car which hits on their friend. It blows up his neck. Here he was also dead. Alex had got it that death will move to next target, ignoring current one if he defeats it. Carter had saved and clear. Alex remained now, and the next target was Alex. Closing himself in Claire's cabin, Alex strips its door, and he reminds his sitting sequence again. Then he comes to know that he is not the target but Claire, because Claire was seated on his front seat. Claire was worrying much about Alex, and she reveals the address of Alex to the police officers so that they may save Alex. Alex was leaving to rescue Claire. At the same time, police officers arrive there. Alex hurriedly escapes from them, because he knew that they cannot help him in any way. On the opposite side, the electrical cord is broken at the outside of Claire's house. Claire comes downstairs to save her dog. Suddenly, their swimming pool's water generates electric current as it breaks down. Water spreads out in surroundings. Anyhow, Claire saves her dog and she herself climbs up a ladder to protect her. She is entrapped there as tries to escape, sitting in her car. Meanwhile, Alex also approaches there. He proceeds to help her. Car's surroundings had caught fire while electrical cord was on the car. Here it is revealed that Death had conspired this design for Claire's death. But Alex also defeats Death here, because Alex removes that electrical cord from the car, and at the same time Claire also leaves the car. And there is a great explosion in the car. It was seeming that Alex is no more in this explosion. 6 months later, scene is shown. It is shown that Claire and Carter were going on a trip to Paris, but there is also Alex along with them. It means he had survived. 3 of them were leading their lives peacefully after defeating the death. Alex was realizing as the death chain has not stopped till now, because he had saved the lives of Carter and Clear while interrupting. But no one interferes on his time. He was thinking that his turn is still pending, and he was thinking accurately. A man begins to sing the same song which was being played at the airport on that day. Feeling awkward, Alex starts leaving. Then Clear notices a coming bus which signals Alex, and he is saved from that bus accident. But that bus hits a tower, damaging a signboard, and it is about to fall down. And that signboard was falling on Alex's side. Suddenly, Carter rescues him, coming there. It means Death had conspired it for Alex, which had been stopped by them. It will move to next target, who was Carter. Here the signboard is shown, moving towards Carter. But it is not clear here. Either Carter is alive or dead. It will be shown in its next part, and this movie part ends here. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel.